Let's talk about a little bit about your businesses that you're involved in, because people know a lot about Optic Hacks, but they don't know you're not secretive or private, I guess, because you'll answer questions that people ask you. You just don't talk about Hector Rodriguez, CEO and business entrepreneur and all that too much. So outside of Optic, you got Pine Park. You're involved in, what else are you involved in?
Guggen, Good.
Yeah.
Just like regular investments.
Yeah, and just other investments. And those other investments, you
Real
just kind of, you've got a guy that advises you.
I got a girl. Her name is Jude.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Well, she's a better career woman than I am. She's like a more diligent, smarter paper reader. That's not my thing.
Yeah.
That is like, I think that's what the thing I struggled with the most, which is probably why you don't see me talking about it or bragging about it. But yeah, no, it's not even bragging or that. It's just that I'm so braggadocious already about what I do.
Yeah.
From sniping to
sniping,
right? That I keep the real shit like separate from that, because that is not who I would want to be. Like if I was like overly confident when it came to like businesses and that sort of stuff, that doesn't fit with my with my soul as my character in this thing.
So you're like obviously massively confident when it comes to
everything.
When it comes to content, when it comes to esports, and when it comes to YouTube and everything that we've been doing for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
But when this thing took a turn and started really getting like businessy, and there's investments coming in and all these firms and stuff. Were you ever intimidated at all being in rooms with like business people? No.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't, because I was not there for myself. I was there for you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have. This is the game that I have to play.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get on stage and shit the bed and not try my best. If I lose up there, like all these guys,
all lose. Yeah.
No, not like that. But it wasn't about that. For me, it was like, all right, I'm here representing the brand, which obviously is everything to me.
Yeah.
So I just something switched in my brain that allowed me to clearly speak the things that I wanted to speak without saying the word fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh shit, hell yeah. But yeah, nervous, not really, man. Most of the time, obviously, because of the hard work that we put in and how innovative we've been up until a certain point. I mean, I think we need to catch that groove again. But up until that point, like everybody was coming after us, and there's a lot of that too still, which is great for business, but also like it does nothing for the hunger of a creator who is trying to compete against other creators, and that's when you're the best at it.
Yeah. So you said it is a game, or you felt like it was a game that you had to play. Mm-hmm. Do you like that game? Or do you which game do you like more? The actual content, the actual YouTube esports, or do you like that business game?
The business game thing, not really. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because of the amount of explanations you have. The amounts of education that you have to do with it. Where in content with you're along other creators and you say, yo, we should do this because of this and it'll look like this, immediately the other person's gonna see it the same way. Yep. Maybe not exactly, but the image is gonna be ultimately what you do. When you're trying to explain to people why we're doing it that way, they're thinking it's like, well, how is that one thing going to make money, or why are we doing that instead of that? And the explanation of certain things that we do for free, or certain things that don't have anything to do with money is foreign to them, because as a business, everybody needs to do what's best for that.
So, and I guess to relate it to Call of Duty, I mean, say you and your business game and Scum, let's parallel it to Scump's Call of Duty game. So do you have you consider yourself the best on the team? Do you have teammates in that? Like, do you have teammates in the business? And have you ever had bad teammates? Have you had more bad teammates or good teammates in the last 6 years?
More good teammates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
The good teammates don't make the news, though, unfortunately.
No. Only the thing is that no matter how many people you have around you, you're still on your own, right? Because you have to be sort of this fucking figure that has to be the guy with the sword that has to defend what the spirit of this fucking logo is, no matter the cost. Because the return may not be instant. It will gradually build up to something way more than what anybody expected it to be. And that is like the biggest struggle, is to get people to trust me, to allow me to let this thing run free as it should. And by it, I mean the Optic logo.
Like how we run things here.
Yeah.
And what they're talking to, all these people are talking to multiple CEOs and owners in esports. How different do you think there's other esports owners and CEOs that have somewhat of a similarity to how they talk to you? Because it seems like you and Nade would probably be the anomalies in comparison to everyone else.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It'd be hard for him not to think the way that I think, and it'd be hard for me not to think the way that he would think in a situation, because everybody in that house has the same capability, right? Because they saw it first class, first person, front row.
Yeah.
Other people sort of try to mimic and imitate that. Another people that did it good is obviously FaZe Clan. Obviously, like clearly they blew up beyond belief. Aside from them, they had to bring in a business person because none of them wanted to do that, and I completely understand that, right? Because it's not for me, so I can see how it wouldn't be for somebody way younger than me that did have to do that corporate stint of 10 years of real life living in the Matrix.
Yeah, and so when you do it, you go down that path for the first time when we go on the Infinite venture. You actually do have people, I guess, quote unquote, above you. That's how they see it. You got people that you thought were going to take the handoff and run with it, and instead they sort of run backwards. It seems. What's been the difference between all these? Through those 3 or 4 years, it was pretty rocky. What's been the differences between all the different parent companies or people that we've merged with, or boards?
But good intentions comes with every single one of those instances. Even the Infinite ones, they all had good intentions. They just didn't run parallel to where this thing needed to be in order to go. And I think it's uniform across all esports. And I think this is the third podcast where I'm going to say this, is that esports as you see it, there's nothing wrong with it, right? The viewership's there. The competitors are there. The interest is there. The sponsors want to be there. It is just that, unfortunately, the people that invested money were told that this was going to be way faster than traditional sports and getting to $1 billion valuation, right? The unicorn of sorts. And what's happening is that while esports is and was growing up in those early days, people came in with steroids right away, right? Yeah. And this thing was prepubescent, if you may, right? You got to let a kid mature into something before you start feeding it all of the extra. You got to let that develop. And I think esports was the same way. We still do, right? But we had an excellent trajectory. There was something happening, and they should have just let the kids do the kid things, right? That's what I was really good at. Whatever it was that people wanted to see, I let the kids do it because I know that that's what I would want to see as a fan.
Yeah. We were kind of arrogant about it. I still kind of am, if I'm being honest. But if it comes to us and FaZe, back in those days before anyone got help, no one was close. There's no one close. And FaZe was crushing it in the content aspect of things, not necessarily the esports, not necessarily both. Yeah. And especially in controller esports, I don't think there was any, obviously there was a bunch of viewership elsewhere, and we found that out once we entered Counter-Strike, and we started getting, crazy viewership there.